Hello everyone. Day 919, walking 5 miles per day every single day at age 67 and a half. Got a quote from my good friend Dee up in North Carolina. She's a seasoned citizen who hot air balloons and jumps out of airplanes. So anytime she sends me something, I'm going to share it. She says the three solutions to any problem are accept it, change it, or leave it. If you can't accept it, change it. If you can't change it, leave it and keep on keeping on. I love it. I love it. I want to take that and roll into excuses. And I may have a few people get stung on this one, but that's okay. None of this is personal, and I hope we're all friends. But sometimes it takes a little sting to make you realize, accept, change, leave. Instead of leave, I like the word replace. So anyway, don't know if y'all are aware of it. Should be. There are 168 hours in a week. The average American works 40-hour work week. That nets you down to 128 hours. If you sleep 8 hours a night, 8 times 7 is 56. That leaves you roughly what? 80, 75 hours left. The reason I say that is I've heard it for 2.5 years from a variety of people saying, how do you do it? I don't have time. How do you do it? I'm not an early riser. I can't get up in the mornings, or I work third shift. I did work third shift about a year ago, and I would get off the shift and come home and walk before I went to bed. It is what it is. I am absolutely committed, or should I say, need to be committed to this endeavor. You know, my immediate goal is 1,000, but my big goal, the big one, is 5,000 miles. That is the goal, and I'm looking at about 8 more years of walking. Now, what are the odds of something happening on one of those days that will stop me? Probably pretty high. But unless I'm completely immobile, and I still may do it on crutches, I'm gonna walk. That's just the attitude I have now, and I thank David Goggins for all that. But again, a lot of it is just repetition, consistency, drive, determination, tenacity, every adjective you can think of. It's gotten me there. So I'm not beating up people that have excuses, but at the end of the day, is there something you want to do to change? If not, then accept it and stay where you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're happy where you are, God, I wish I was like that sometimes. But that's just not my personality. My wife asked me this weekend, where does this come from? I don't know. But I've been this way in everything I've ever done. Work related, I always pushed to do the things that other people weren't willing to do and try to be number one. I wasn't always number one, but there were quite a few times when I was. It may come from the fact that I wasn't very athletic growing up. I played baseball, basketball, not organized basketball, but a lot of pickup basketball, a lot of pickup football. And, you know, I wasn't super fast. And just didn't have it way back then. So I learned how to talk. Imagine that. And ended up in sales, and that's where I have done my best work, is in sales. And in fact, I just got the call yesterday from the CEO of the company that I work for that the 6,000 store chain that I hooked him up with, it's not a chain, it's a group. The 6,000 store group that I hooked him up with 2 months ago is a go. And he's gonna put me in charge of it. That's gonna be life-changing financially, which is great. But there's so much I wanna do beyond that with YouTube. And I wanna give a big shout out to my friend Marcia, who is a SEO specialist, website designer, and all that. He and I are getting ready to collaborate to take this YouTube channel across multiple platforms, website. We're going to get into merch down the road, podcasts, you name it. We're going to throw everything at this idea because, you know, it's not the walking that hooked him. He told me this last night. He said it's me. And I'm humbled by that because this guy, he's not only a tech whiz, he's an opera singer. And you ought to hear this guy sing. I'm probably going to post one of his videos one day and surprise him. But anyway, 168 hours in a week. Tell me you can't find 30 minutes a day. Just, you know, let me know that you can't find 30 minutes a day. Now, you can't walk 5 miles in 30 minutes. It takes me about an hour and 40 minutes at an 18-mile, let's see, 18-minute mile, roughly. So, whatever commitment you can make, if you make it and are consistent, it's life-changing, folks. Say it every day. What I'm doing, the mindset that I have, is setting me up for all kinds of success. And that goes way beyond financial, by the way. So that is what I would recommend. If you are happy where you are in life, God bless you. I hope you have a long, fruitful life. But if you're like most of us out here who aren't happy that we've gained a lot of weight, who aren't happy that we've, you know, self-sabotage, who aren't happy with getting in a depressed mood every now and then, who aren't happy with, you know, just the same old, then think about that 168 hours and realize that we all have time. We might have to adjust a few things. Here's one of the biggest adjustments that I know of. I have walked outside 918 days. And I always get the question, why don't you walk on a treadmill? Excuse me. I tried a treadmill about a year ago. It was a hurricane in Myrtle Beach. I was training for a job. And there was a hurricane in Myrtle Beach. It was bad. The wind was going sideways. And I got through working. And I got to the hotel. And I walked down, got on the treadmill. Excuse me. I walked for about 5 minutes on that treadmill, and I was absolutely miserable. I hated it. I like being outside. I like the changing scenery. So I put on all my rain gear, and I went outside, and I walked in a hurricane. Now, it wasn't the eye of the hurricane, but it was very windy and very rainy. And I finished it. I got my 5 miles in that day. That night, it was dark. So that's me. Now my wife, on the other hand, she has started working out. She has started walking. She got her a little treadmill, slides under the bed. It doesn't matter how you do it. It's just a matter if you do it or not. You know, that suits her. She does not want to get up and walk outside and have to deal with dogs and traffic and all that kind of stuff. I get it. It's different for ladies, I think. Trying not to be sexist here, but it is different for ladies. They've got more to worry about out here than big fat guys. So remember that 168 hours, how many of those can you put aside for you to study, to walk, to run, to work out, to learn a new language, to go back to school, whatever? It's a decision you're going to have to make one day, maybe. And I hope you do, and I hope it changes you. I hope it changes your life. Y'all have a great day. Peace.